A dangerous, snowy path skirts the edge of a vertical mountainside toward a distant cave. Off in the distance, a large cave can be seen. Graham can only assume it to be the Ice Queen's precious crystal cave. As the huge wolf keeps a sharp eye on Graham, there is little he can do to escape his unfair and dangerous sentence.
Sir Wolf, I don't know how you expect me to conquer a Yeti. Why, he's got to be at least twice as big as me, and much, much more powerful. What do you expect me to do?
That is your problem, not mine. It has been decreed by Queen Isabella, and I must carry out her wishes. Now, no more talking. Go to the crystal cave.
Graham, knowing better than to rile the large gray wolf further, now wisely keeps his thoughts to himself. The savage gray wolf stubbornly blocks Graham's passage back to the Ice Queen's palace. Graham's only option is to go toward a distant cave, where the dreaded Yeti can be found. That will do nothing to change the wolf's mind. The Yeti! Run, Graham! Graham could never overpower the huge Yeti.
Excuse me, can we talk?
That will do nothing to help Graham fight the powerful Yeti. A narrow ledge ends abruptly at a sheer vertical cliff, over which the terrible Yeti stumbled to his death. Through the yawning entrance of the cave, Graham can see many beautiful crystals sparkling and flashing from within.
I see that the Yeti is dead. Queen Isabella will be pleased. Come, follow me.
Warning, this cartoon contains material
Good. You have returned in victory, I presume?
Yes, Your Majesty. The Yeti is dead. He will no longer be a scourge upon your realm. Are my friend and I free to go now?
Yes. I keep my promises. I want to thank you for ridding my mountain domain of the horrible Yeti. Please rise, King Graham. Yes, I know who you are, and I have been informed of your quest. I do wish you luck against the wizard Mordak. You two may go. We wish you well on your difficult journey. Sir Grey Wolf will show you the way out of the mountains.
Shivering with the cold, Cedric looks more than ready to leave these frozen reaches behind. Graham's duty's done. The large gray wolf now sits in silence, blocking the passage back to the Ice Queen's palace.
Let's go, Graham. I'm cold, and I want to get out of here. Back to the dreaded Yeti cave. I'll wait here.
Brilliant crystals flashing and sparkling and reflecting off the numerous waterfalls cause Graham to gaze in awe and wonderment at the dazzling spectacle before him. One particularly brilliant crystal catches Graham's attention among all the other glittering crystals in the cave. As strong as he is, Even Graham can't break the stubborn crystal with his bare hands. So very gently, Graham hits the beautiful crystal several times with his hammer until it breaks loose in one piece. He then carefully places it among his other possessions. The brilliant crystal shard feels smooth in Graham's hands. A twisty path winds confusingly along the rocky mountainside. A beautiful waterfall cascades down from a vertical cliff high above the two wanderers. A pool of water reflects the blueness of the sky, where occasionally a vision of a huge soaring bird can be observed. Cedric looks cold and weary as he dutifully follows Graham across these treacherous mountains.
Ooh, will we ever find our way out of these mountains, Graham?
I don't know, Cedric. I'm beginning to wonder.
Graham, watch out!
Graham finds himself in a terrible situation. Dropped painfully in the middle of a huge rock's nest set high on a rocky ledge with no way of climbing down. And, even worse, the rock's egg is hatching. The huge egg is beginning to crack. This is a bad situation indeed. Graham can see a glittering gold locket lying among the leaves and sticks of the rock's nest. Graham rescues a lovely golden locket from the leafy clutches of the rock's nest.
Nice birdie. Good birdie. Goochie goochie goo.
Hang on, I'll get you out of this.
Oh, Graham, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
You'd never believe it, Cedric. You'd never believe it.
A narrow strand of beach skirts the bottom of the steep cliffs, while the cold water of the ocean seems to cunningly steal what little is left. A short path, starting from a ledge halfway up the cliffside, winds snake-like down to a narrow beach. Cedric looks relieved to be out of those cold mountains. Graham notices a rusty iron bar lying on the sand near the bottom of the windy path. Further up the beach, Graham can see a lovely waterfall cascading down the cliffs into the cold blue waters of the ocean. Graham spies a small boat in the distance. Cedric seems to be quietly contemplating their current situation. The heavy iron bar is a bit rusted from being out in the weather. It is a lovely golden locket on a delicate chain. The delicate locket would never fit around Graham's muscular neck.
Look, Graham, there's a boat here. Maybe we can use it.
The narrow beach at the base of the steep, rocky cliff widens here a bit, while the chilly ocean continues to beat relentlessly upon it. Jagged rocks surround the waterfall at the base of the cliff. A cascading waterfall, though very beautiful, nevertheless cuts off further travel up the coast. Cedric looks with wonder at the beautiful beach. An old cast-off sailboat sits forlornly on the narrow sandy beach. Firmly, Graham wedges the softened piece of beeswax into the small hole in the boat's hull. Hopefully, the wax will hold and make her seaworthy.
Come on, Cedric, get in the boat.
Aye, aye, Captain.
To the east, as far as the eye can see, Graham can see nothing but more ocean. Uncertainly, Graham and Cedric sail in the vast blue ocean.
Here we are, Cedric.
Good. Oh, I was getting a little seasick.
The ocean's cold water seems to lap hungrily toward the small ship house built against the steep cliffs of the narrow beach. A makeshift house, fashioned from the bow of a wrecked ship, occupies the south end of a small narrow beach. A crude door has been built into the front of the unusual house. Graham notices the ship's bell hanging near the door of the house. Cedric seems as curious about this place as Graham.
Ooh, isn't this a funny house, Graham? What kind of person would live in a place like this?
Who are you? And what are you doing on my beach?
I'm King Graham of Daventry, and I'm on a journey to find the wizard Mordak's island, but I seem to be stuck. I don't know where to go from here.
Hey, what's that you say? You still here?
Please help me. I need your help.
I can't hear you. Can't understand a thing you said. Gotta speak up, boy. Now get out of here. What do you want?
I just need some information.
What's that you say? Quit bothering me!
Do you know where the wizard Mordak lives?
What? Speak louder, boy! Don't you know you're trespassing on my beach?
I don't know where to go from here.
Hey, what's that? Get out of here!
Can you help me?
I can't understand you. Leave me alone!
My family has been kidnapped by Mordak. I need to find him.
Gotta speak up, boy! I can't help you.
You've got to help me.
Hey! Now what?
Please take the time to listen to me.
What? I can't understand.
Graham pounds on the door, but he finds it bolted from the inside. He can, however, hear activity within.
Come on, Cedric, get in the boat.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Graham and Cedric spy an interesting island to the north.
Look, Graham! Ooh, an island! Perhaps we should explore it!
Yes, I think we should, Cedric.
Ooh, Graham! I don't like the looks of this!
Me neither.
Graham, help me!
Where did you find him, Manada? We found him on the beach. Isn't he luscious? I don't know. He doesn't look like my type. What do you think, Krulina? I think he looks too old and tough. I like my meals to be young and tender.
Several hungry-looking harpies eye Graham greedily as he frantically looks for a route of escape. To his horror, he sees none.
Don't be so picky. I'm tired of fish. I haven't had a man in months. Yes, you did. I saw you steal a man off a raft just last week.
The harpies are vicious creatures whom Graham could never overpower.
Well, at least this one's fresh!
I don't know about you girls, but I'm ready to eat.
The harpies aren't paying any attention to Graham at the moment.
Oh, you're always ready to eat. That's why you're so fat. I am not. You are too. I am not. You are too.
Oh, quit arguing, girls. Let's eat.
What's he doing? What's that thing? I don't know, but I want it. Hey, let's stop here. Come on and get her, girl. Get her.
The sandy path ends at two narrow ledges overhanging the craggy island. Off in the distance, the sandy path ends at two narrow ledges overhanging the craggy island. Off in the distance, Graham can see several rocky islands. Half hidden in the coarse island grass, Graham notices an old fishhook. Graham quickly bends down and rescues the fishhook from the ground. This is a rusted old fishhook. From the nearby beach, a sandy path continues upward to a high point of the craggy island. Graham can see the sandy path wending its way upward through a rocky arch. Poor Cedric. Having been seriously wounded by the vicious harpies, he now lies moaning and in pain upon the sandy path.
Ooh.
That will do nothing to help Cedric.
Graham, help me.
Cedric, where do you hurt?
Ooh, everywhere.
Graham gently carries his owl friend Cedric, who has been wounded by the horrible harpy. Poor Cedric is hurt and needs help. How can Graham help him? Cedric is in too much pain to carry on a conversation right now. Through a natural rock arch, Graham can see a sandy path leading farther into the island's interior. Through a natural rock arch, a small bay laps gently upon a coarse sand beach of the rocky island. The small sailboat seems to wait faithfully for Graham. A small bay laps gently upon a coarse sand beach of the rocky island. Graham notices a large conch shell lying delicately upon the sandy beach. Graham bends over and picks up the beautifully colored shell. Cedric is near death. Taking him for a swim could be fatal. With Cedric quietly moaning from the bottom of the boat, Graham decides it would be best to leave him there and go find help.
Go away! Leave me alone!
I need help to find Mordak's Island.
I can't hear you! Speak up!
An old hermit, ancient and fragile-looking, inhabits the makeshift house. It appears he has lived alone on this beach for many, many years. Graham can almost hear the ocean inside the spiral shell of the conch.
What's this? Now what were you wanting?
My owl friend is hurt. He was wounded by the harpies.
Wounded by the harpies, did you say? Well, if you bring him to me, I'll fix him right up. Good as new. Came back, eh? Bring your friend on in here and I'll see if I can heal him up. Lay him on the bed there. These poultices should fix the little feller up good as new.
Ooh, I'm feeling better already. Tell me, what was in those poultices? My employer would be very interested in them.
Hey, what was that?
I said, what was in those poultices? My employer would be interested in them.
Gifts from the sea, lad. Gifts from the sea. Ain't nothing special. You just gotta know how to use them. I don't think he'd find them particularly interesting. Now, son, what was it you were trying to tell me before?
I was trying to find out where the wizard Mordak's Island is. He kidnapped my family and is holding them hostage there. I must get to them before it's too late.
Oh, I'm right sorry to hear about that. He's a nasty one, that Mordak. I wouldn't want to tangle with him. I tried to talk you out of going there, except I can see you can't leave your poor defenseless family unaided. I can enlist someone who can lead you straight to his island. Follow me outside. Pearl, this man needs your help. He needs you to lead him to Mordak's Island. It's a real emergency. Mordak's holding his family hostage. Pearl can't speak human talk, but she's agreed to help you. Just get on into your boat and follow her.
Cedric and I want to thank you for all your help, Mr.
Don't worry about who I am. You just get on over to that there island and take care of your family.
Aye, aye, sir. We're off. Come on, Cedric. Brace yourself, Cedric!
Help me, I'm caught! Oh, help!
Are you all right, Cedric?
Well, let me see. Oh, I'm fine, Graham. Just a bit ruffled is all.